So I'm just here to say that you shouldn't really believe in everything an article is saying unless you really looked into it, like multiple sources and multiple people. And even that, you shouldn't trust anything until it's confirmed by the actual people that's doing it, like confirmed by Comcast saying that, oh, this is good, we need to do this, and Paramount saying stuff like that. And for sure, it's gonna be, because the thing you should really pretty much believe is Paramount saying that most of the creatives are gonna stay because they flat out said it, like verbally, the people in charge really said it. So that's most likely you should trust that situation. But whenever an article constantly bashes on James Gunn and how he did the stuff, that's already a red flag to me. So overall, I think every article that Cosmic Book News is, I believe, is more entertainment purposes. I'm not saying that you should never read him at all, kind of thing, and all that stuff, because I don't want to really boycott anything that anyone wants to read, but you should really just treat it as like entertainment. And the fact that these people are saying that, believing it's like mostly true and all that, and sometimes they're saying, oh, take it with a grain of salt, but throughout the whole videos, pretty much like believing it's true, you know. And here are my hopes for this whole thing, right? My number one choice would probably be Universal because of the theme park situation, the idea about that, and also that Universal doesn't really have a kids kind of thing. They have Universal Kids, but they don't really have a whole backlog of TV shows for kids and all that stuff. They don't have that portfolio for that. They have animated movies and stuff, but that's about it. And also, the history of Universal is really, really big because Universal is technically the first American studio. So their history goes way back. And Warner Brothers history goes way back also, technically older than Disney. So that combination's gotta be pretty cool. And Comcast isn't really reliant on their whole thing. Like they're all about like the technology side of things mainly. So that's a thing. But my other choice would obviously be Paramount because Paramount has Star Trek, and if Paramount got Warner Bros., they would have DC, Star Trek, and DC. They have Indiana Jones sort of too, so they would be more of a direct competitor to Disney. And you know how, if you have seen my channel, you'll know how I feel about Disney. I really don't like Disney. Before, when I was younger, I obviously really loved Disney. But I think it started with them remaking stuff. And then I was like, man, this is questionable. They're not making new stories and everything. And I started with that. And then Disney Infinity came out. And I was really happy and really hyped for that. That was the time that I was really into Disney. So I got Disney Infinity, and then Disney Infinity 2, and I think I got 3, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the thing. And I just think And then once they canceled it, of course, that was sort of the beginning of like really, really not liking him. So that's the thing. So Disney definitely, I don't want them to get it, and luckily, no one else can. They can only do Universal, Paramount, and Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, I really do not want them to get it because they don't really care much about the theatrical release. And I know there's an article saying that Netflix is going to make Warner Bros. Theatrical release, but we don't know for sure if it's gonna continue throughout, because you can also assume that they're only saying that just to have the movies currently being made that are planned to be theatrical releases, that's being contracted for those, and then after that they're just gonna go straight to Netflix, you know. So that's my issue about it. I just think it's going to it's gonna mess with. So it's gonna mess with all the stuff, you know. It's gonna Netflix is just not it really, and also Warner Bros. Has the gaming aspect, and I believe Universal's the only one that has experience on owning gaming stuff, because Universal used to own Crash Bandicoot, which is really crazy. And I know what you're gonna say, oh, it was Naughty Dog and everything, but after Naughty Dog, Universal got it, and then Universal gave it to Activision, and all that stuff happened. So that's how it all happens like that. So I think Universal owning a gaming company would work better than other stuff. And plus they have Comcast. Comcast is a technology thing, and they could use the Comcast thing to build up their gaming division. It's kind of like Disney. Disney used to have Disney Interactive, so that it shows that they have the knowledge of like video games. Even though I would say Disney Interactive, a lot of them like got fired or stuff like that, but even then they have the company to be able to do stuff, you know. But overall, I'm saying that don't believe on everything. And yeah, like number one would be Comcast. But Paramount is a really close number two. And by the way, this is from Paramount Plus. It's just a background thing for this, you know. So it's interesting overall. Universal, of course, has the whole licensing thing for Harry Potter, and if they bought Warner Brothers, then they won't have to license it because they would own the property. And also, what's really cool about that is Universal has Wicked, and then Warner Brothers has Wizard of Oz. So Wizard of Oz with Wicked put together, that would be kind of interesting. And also, I think they have Babylon 5. So Babylon 5 would sort of get boosted with that too. And they have some people say that Universal doesn't have a franchise that has really deep meaning and all that. But they haven't watched Babylon 5. Yeah. But overall, it's all good. And also, of course, them not having big thought-provoking stuff doesn't mean that Universal can't do those stuff. It's just gives them more ways to do it, more chances. So overall, don't believe everything. Also, like, you can believe this thing because I'm saying don't believe anything because articles and stuff like that. So that's the thing. But overall, yeah, it's gonna be good.